Oh, Nintendo Switch 2 pirates, you better watch out, because Nintendo has updated its user agreement to crack down on emulation. Offenders, and I'm looking at you, Nintendo Switch 2 hackers, you might find your Switch 2 gets bricked. And we're going to take a look at this article and see what it means for everyone. Obviously, as you know, the Nintendo Switch got hacked years ago, and it's at the point now where you can play Nintendo Switch games on your PC, on your Steam Deck, on your literal other handheld gaming PCs, just Steam Deck. And I play Nintendo Switch games on my Steam Deck, games that I own. I do have a Nintendo Switch OLED, and I have a pretty significant game collection for it. But one thing I have been playing a lot is my Valve Steam Deck lately, and I actually put my Nintendo Switch games on the Valve Steam Deck, ones that I own, obviously, just so I can play all my games in one place. But yes, Nintendo are starting to think about the Switch 2 being hacked. Obviously, the Switch has been hacked. They've managed to allow you to run jailbroken apps on it, ROMs, illegal games on other devices that are not the Switch 2. So obviously, they're already thinking ahead about the Switch 2 and basically putting out a warning to a lot of people saying, if you do try and hack or modify your Switch 2, then your console may get bricked. You won't be able to turn it on. You won't be able to use it. It'll just be a paperweight at that point. So let's take a look. Anyway, before we get to it, please like, subscribe, click the bell icon, and check the links down below for our 24-hour stock tracking stream for the Switch 2. If you haven't got one yet, check it out, as well as all the best Switch 2 accessories down below in the video description and the products thing here to get yourself a micro SD for the Switch 2 if you haven't got one yet. They're really hard to come by. Use the products and YouTube shopping tool to get yours. So Nintendo's recently updated their account user agreement to provide a more severe warning for those who bypass, modify, decrypt, defeat, or tamper with their games. In short, if you happen to hack your Switch or run emulators, you may find out that it winds up getting bricked entirely. This comes from Stefan Tutilo's latest Game File newsletter, confirming that the wording on the user agreement from Nintendo has been expanded upon significantly, effectively giving more information as to what constitutes an offending action along with the potential consequences. For comparison, here's the original wording, which had been in effect since April 2021. You are not allowed to lease, rent, sublicense, publish, copy, modify, adapt, translate, reverse engineer, decompile, or disassemble all or any portion of the Nintendo account services without Nintendo's written consent, or unless otherwise expressly permitted by applicable law. And now here's the updated version. Without limitation, you agree that you may not A, publish, copy, modify, reverse engineer, lease, rent, or decompile, disassemble, distribute, offer for sale, or creative derivative works of any portion of the Nintendo account services. B, bypass, modify, decrypt, defeat, tamper with, or otherwise circumvent any of the functions or protections of the Nintendo account services, including through the use of any hardware or software that would cause the Nintendo account services to operate other than in accordance with its documentation and intended use. C, obtain, install, or use any unauthorized copies of Nintendo account services. Or D, exploit the Nintendo account services in any manner other than to use them in accordance with the applicable documentation and intended use. In each case, without Nintendo's written consent or express authorization, or unless otherwise expressly permitted by applicable law, you acknowledge that if you fail to comply with the foregoing restrictions, Nintendo may render the Nintendo account services and or the applicable Nintendo device permanently unusable in whole or in part. Here in the UK, we received our own, isn't quite so severe. Regardless, it seems though that recent legal incidents have encouraged Nintendo to revisit its user agreement and beef it up accordingly. In its latest case, resulted in a total of $17,500 in damages from a pirate streamer found to be promoting emulators online while playing Switch games ahead of launch. In a broader sense, damn, I better be careful. I'm not promoting piracy at all, by the way. I own all my games. In a broader sense, Nintendo's given its whole legal infrastructure a bit of a sweep ahead of the launch of the Switch 2. It recently confirmed it may monitor and collect data from game chat sessions. So if Nintendo hear about you pirating Nintendo games using their new Switch 2 web camera or the microphone in the Switch 2, they will come after you. They'll send John Wick personally to come kick your ass. And they'll also take you to court as well. Wording on the UK version clarified that only the most recent 3-minute segments of the chat would be recorded and stored locally on the Switch for up to 24 hours. The user then has the option to send relevant data to Nintendo if issues arise. And yeah, let's take a look at the comments. Well, another Tuesday for Nintendo, I guess. In other news, Lenovo Legion Go. Never got enough money, got to have all the money. I root for pirates at this point when it comes to crap like this. Wow, I can't believe the world's governments allow Nintendo permission to throw bricks at any who violate their user agreement. It's like the Middle Ages. Yes, they're not going to brick. You understood them. You know, you hacked your Nintendo Switch too, and they're like, you're like, oh, I hope Nintendo, please don't brick my console. Oh, you thought we were going to brick your console? No, we're coming here to brick you. I've got a brick right here. This is what you get, you dirty, filthy pirate. It starts like bashing people in. Oh my god. Or a brick just gets smashed through your window. Some guy in a Nintendo car outside's like, that's what you get, pirate. Can you imagine? This is why you get a Steam Deck or Asus ROG, download whatever you want. Yeah, it's why PC remains superior platform. No, these stupid user agreements, no paid online. PC game stores actually allow you to refund games. You can buy games as gift for your friends. Not gonna lie, every single bit of news released lately makes me less and less excited to buy a new Nintendo console. Let me know what you think, guys, in the comment section. Are you hoping the Nintendo Switch 2 gets hacked? Were you a hacker? Or how do you feel about the new user agreement? Do you think it's a little bit too strict? Let me know what you think down below. Obviously, we know Nintendo have, Nintendo like to sue people. Nintendo like to sue people that infringe on their copyrights, their patents, and obviously, that mess with their games. And Nintendo consoles are all they have. They're not like Microsoft. They don't have like 50 other divisions that make other devices and other software. Nintendo games are all they have. So obviously, I understand why they want to protect their IP and protect protect what's theirs. But yeah, let me know what you think. And before you let me know what you think, like, subscribe, click the bell icon. Really helps out a lot. And if you want to get a Switch 2 and want to stay up to date on restocks for the Switch 2, because they're going to be extremely hard to get with bots and scalpers, check out our 24-hour stock tracking stream, link in the description, or on my channel page. Check out all our Switch 2 accessories down below in the description. And check the description and check on the video somewhere for a link to all the new microSD card express cards for the Switch 2, because they're really hard to get your hands on. They're actually back-ordered right now, but the two retailers that allow you to buy them are Adorama and SanDisk.com. Links should be here somewhere under the YouTube shopping app. Use YouTube the shop button if it's there and see if they're there, or just check the links in the description. Anyways, I'll see you in the next one. Take care. I love you. I'm Blaze2K. Have a wonderful Friday and a better weekend. Peace out.